Hey folks, I am Becky from Becky's Health Journey, and I want to welcome you to the first video of my brand new channel on this. For me, fitness has been always a part of my life, as far as running cross country in middle school and track, and I played soccer as a little munchkin and did all those things growing up. And then I joined the Army, and I really enjoyed that. It was very physical, very demanding as far as ruck marches and running and physical fitness and all those things. And I joined the Army in 2011. And I got out in 2017, and then I started playing rugby for Boise State, and I played there for 2 years and really started to see my age and my metabolism and my lifestyle choices really start to impact my overall fitness level. I was lifting weights, I was running, I was training, I was doing all these things, and I was still putting on weight over that time. In 2019, I graduated from Boise State and no longer play rugby for them, naturally, as you graduate. And so since essentially spring of 2019, my weight has been increasing pretty steadily, as my lifestyle habits have not been the best as far as eating healthily and taking care of my body. I've still been lifting. I have not been running at all. I've done a little bit of rowing here and there, but I would say there's a lot of stuff that I could do to increase my overall physical fitness. I did make an attempt, not last year, but the year before, to lose some weight. I was at my heaviest at 220 pounds relatively, and dropped down. I got down to about 180, 182-ish was the window that I hit that I really had a hard time getting out of. And then I just started putting weight back on. My mental health took a decline, and since then I've been seeing a counselor and working through all of that, and I feel like now I'm in a very good place mentally. It's been almost a year and a half of working with my therapist and just getting my life back on track and figuring out that I'm okay and all those things. And now I really want to put my money where my mouth is and get my body back into decent physical shape. So yeah, that is where we come into this channel, where I have an accountability partner being you, and potentially you have your own accountability partner with me. But I want to just show myself and anybody that's interested in going on this journey with me that you can do it, and it's hard, and there's days where you don't really want to do anything, but you can still do it. So yeah, and I think one of the biggest things, if you look at studies of mental health and people that have gone through those types of mental illnesses and just struggled, having an accountability partner or someone that's going to check in and see how you're doing is one of the biggest factors, like almost like out of everything that you could ever do, is having somebody to check in on you is the biggest factor on if you're going to do well or not. And that's just simple, straightforward. I have an amazing support system within my family, and they are going to be there with me, but sometimes you just need a little bit more. And so this channel and showing my journey with mental health and physical health and just all of it is my way of having an accountability partner to make sure that I do what I need to do, because I don't want to let myself down, but I care more about letting other people down than I do myself. That's one of my flaws in life. So that's what this is. But enough about the initial backstory of that. Right now, I am starting out weighing in at 217 pounds, 17.8 pounds, I should say. I jumped on the scale on January 1st of 2024 this year and took my weight, and was not happy to see that I was back up that heavy. It's just hard. So I have a plan, and right now, I should say, so my plan for this year is I'm going to I'm going to complete a triathlon this year. That is my big goal for the next 8 months of life, is to work on developing the cardio that I need and the physical fitness level to be able to complete a triathlon. Not to do it well, not to be the best in the sport or whatever, but just to be able to do it. And so that's where we're going to start. And we're going to start with basic level of just getting my heart to where it needs to be. I've outlined my training plan based off of just getting off of the couch essentially into some type of basic shape to be able to start training for the triathlon, and then it kind of moves into doing full-on training for that. Let me show you what I've done for this, because I'm happy to share this. I customized it for myself just because I do have a basic level of understanding of fitness, and I have a background in doing some of this physical stuff, and so I feel like I am comfortable enough to be able to do this on my own without having a personal trainer, but having accountability people in my life, you guys. So this is my workout plan, and so it started January 1st with a rest day. This is just based off of my own personal work and life schedule, and so Mondays are going to be my rest day starting into this. And so we're going to start working out quite a few days, 5 days a week in fact, but we're not doing a lot of work right now. My goal is mainly at this stage to get myself off the couch and doing it, and just essentially slowly increasing the workload that I'm putting on my body and on my heart, because that's going to be the biggest thing to slow me down right now, is my heart not beating crazily and being able to breathe and maintain all that doing this. So first week, we're just starting out with a basic bike. Went ahead and did that. I purchased a bike off of Facebook Marketplace for $150. I am short. I should say this. I'm short. I am about 5'3", just shy of being 5'3" feet tall, and so I'm on the very short side of a female. And so finding a bike, I needed to find something that had a very small frame and that would fit my legs, and overall that's just not a lot, because most bikes are built for taller people than me because I'm below average. So I was able to find a bike frame that is 46 centimeters tall. It's just right on the money of what I need, and it's a road bike. I'd never driven one of those before, and so that was one of the first things that I did on this bike, was I took it to an empty parking lot, and I essentially was just like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to learn how to do gear shifting and get on the bike and brake and all those things, and I just spent 10-15 minutes in the parking lot just doing laps around and around until I felt somewhat comfortable doing it. And so that was the first workout. But back to this. So essentially we're just going to start slow, building our way up, making sure that we're not going too hard with that. I do have weightlifting twice a week, so my goal for this is to do 2 bikes, 2 runs, 2 weightlifting sessions, and then eventually 2 swims a week. And I know that sounds like a lot, but we're slowly building up to it. And weightlifting is something that I've done off and on since getting out of the military, since before I got out of the military. And so I have a larger baseline to start from that than I do as far as cardio. So we're going to keep that in there and keep cross training and making sure that my core and my back and everything that can be as good as possible for this. So biking Tuesdays this month, doing a row on my gym, and then weightlifting on Wednesdays, doing a small run. See, we're only starting with 5 minutes here. 5-minute run, 5-minute run. I'm starting with a 10-minute bike, building up to longer bikes as we go, because the bike will be the easiest physically versus running and swimming. And then I'm starting swimming Friday on the 5th. I'm starting essentially 8 months out, because swimming is going to be the hardest thing for me. I guess I should say what a triathlon is. Triathlon is I'm doing an Olympic triathlon, so we're doing 0.93 mile swim, 24.6 mile bike, and then a 6.2 mile run, and it goes swim, bike, run, all in one consecutive swoop. And so training is going to follow along that. So we're going to be focusing on doing swimming, biking, and running. But I'm starting swimming early so that I can build up that. And I'm doing everything else besides swimming. I'm really just doing time frames. Bike this amount of time, run for this long. Swimming is a little bit harder because I have to hit that. And you can't just stop swimming in the middle of this event. So I'm going to build up meters. So we're going to start with 5 laps, essentially 50 meters per lap in this pool that I will be using. I got a punch pass to go in for it's 20 punches for $100, so $5 per punch. So I'm going to go into a physical facility right now because it's January and do my swims there every Friday for the next 2 months, and then eventually I'll add in that second swim and replace the rowing that I will be doing in my home gym. But this is how we're going to follow it for the first month, doing that, and then I'm adding in rest times as well. February we're going to see 2 rest weeks, so I'm trying to do 1, 2, 3 rest, 1, 2, 3 rest within reason, just so that I'm making sure that my body has time to recover as we continue to go, because this is a long training process to get there. But we'll slowly build up on February, starting to increase those a little bit, getting into longer runs. We're going to hit 10 minutes soon, 15 minutes. By the beginning of March, we should be hitting that 20-minute run, which will be my longest run that I've ever had in forever. And then we get into really March, we start seeing the swims come in and breaking swims up apart from everything else, just to give myself enough time to really get used to it, especially in March right here. So we're really kind of taking it slowly, getting into that. And then in April, we start getting into a rhythm moving forward to the end of July, where I'm doing runs and bikes, but I'm really focusing on running. I'm really focusing on doing the swim one day, and then doing a long bike the next day, and then doing a long run the next day. So that'll be my format of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unless my schedule changes, where I do swim, bike, run consecutively, one day on each other, so I get that fatigue building up. And then just, again, continuing with the weightlifting and all of that. But I will keep you updated on all of this. We won't go through the whole thing. But that is my goal as far as physical fitness with that. I am lucky because I have put together my own home gym. I've been building this since before I bought my house. So when I was still in college, I bought the barbell, and I was literally doing like bench presses off the floor in my upstairs studio apartment. So I've slowly pieced this together over time, and really happy with it. So I have a setup where I can do a really rinky-dink elliptical machine that I got for free, that when it's really bad outside and I don't want to go run because it's icy or cold or it just doesn't fit my schedule, I can jump on that and do something similar to running that's going to get my heart rate up. I have an old school stationary bike that my mother gave to me when I got my studio and got out of the Army. So I've had this for 5+ years now. And then the biggest thing that I bought recently was the rowing machine, and I'm excited about this. I bought this right after I bought my house, when I got this huge gym space, and I'm excited to continue to use that. And so we're going to build off of that as well, as far as focusing on shoulders and back for swimming. And so that'll be a focus on that if anything happens. And then, of course, my bench setup and all my other fitness equipment here. I've got a lat pull down machine, and a little squat rack and a bench and some dumbbells that I've been building up as well. And so really focusing on that, and we'll go through this more in depth as I continue on with this journey. But I just wanted to really introduce myself and let you know what I'm working towards and what my goals are for this. And I'm excited to see where this journey heads, and I'm glad to have you along for this little ride of mine and see where it goes. So long video of introducing myself. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, look for my next video where we start taking you through my training and all the good stuff with that. So I'm gonna sign off now, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.